Okay, let's get this. Let's get all the lights on. Let's take off these. And welcome everybody to our live stream of live severe weather coverage on the TKW Facebook page. And we do have our first warning of the day for the Winsville area. Now this was showing some earlier signs of rotation, but it is only warned for about 60-mile-per-hour winds here. So if you're in the Winsville, strong winds is coming to your area right now. And give me just a second, everybody. I literally just got off work and ran into the house just so I could be live for you guys. So give me just a second. My producer or director of operations got my stream ready, so that is good. So if I sound out of breath, that is why. But we were wondering if we were going to see any storms in the afternoon time because we still had the main event. The main event is still out to our west and it's going to be moving east. So we'll have to watch that as we go into the evening time. Okay, let me catch my breath here so I don't sound like... Okay, Google, we don't need you right now. Thank you very much, Google. Can you share the live stream out? Okay, let me just get a couple things ready. We gotta get the cameras, but if you're just joining us, we are watching the severe thunderstorm warning that is for the Winsville area. It's going right towards the Winsville area. And it was showing some signs of rotation earlier, not too long ago in the past couple scans, but it looks like not at the moment. Let's see if we can get some cameras over there. Give me one moment while we get the cameras, but it's for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So 60-mile-per-hour winds, and they also are thinking about issuing a watch for our area pretty soon. 80% chance that we are going to be seeing a watch, either a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch for our area. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that. But let's see if we can get some cameras out here as we are just joining on the live stream. And let me also get the chat up. The chat did not work last time, but we are making sure that it is working today. So let me just get that popped up. But if you're just joining us, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Winsville area. So for the Winsville area, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. Not tornado warning, just a severe thunderstorm warning. So how are you guys doing this afternoon? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear how your afternoon is going so far. And like I said, I just got off work and I ran to my office just so we can make sure we're live for you. So if I sound just a little bit out of breath, I am okay. I was just very quick. Yeah, and you can see, look at let's get to the cameras here on this. I'm not quite sure what camera we have pulled up. Here we go. This is right at east of T-W, and this is that thunderstorm that's moving into the area right now. So not really seeing, it looks like, okay, we are seeing 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, but this is the live look at the severe thunderstorm warning. You can see traffic is going slow here as you're going out west. This is looking east towards the Winsville area, but strong winds and hail are possible with this storm. Not seeing any tornadoes at the moment, but this is the live look here at 70 east of TW. And you can see it's very heavy rain right now. So good news is we are not seeing any tornado possible tags at the moment. So no tornado possible tags right now. So that is very good. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Columbia area. So that is something else that we have to monitor as well. But let me see if we can go on the 70 area. And this is moving to the northeast, by the way. So this storm is moving to the northeast. So that is looking back to the east. It doesn't look like we have any good positioning cameras out there. So the next ones we will get up, we'll get 64. So just give me a moment real quick while we are getting the camera set up. It looks like a huge accident that's happening right here at 64 at Timberlake. It looks like a multi-car accident. So we're going to be looking at this camera down below. So take a peek there. But you can see on the radar, we do still have a severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch hail, quarter-size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And let's check the velocities here. Let's see the velocities. We're very close to the radar. Very close to the radar, so we have to see if the velocities are picking up. Not really seeing anything severe on my end of things, but looks like we have a lot of contamination with that storm. But I think it looks more of a hail threat. You can see the pink and the yellows and the whites starting to flash. That is indicating some hail that is being picked up. Appreciate you, Abby, for following the Facebook page. And also, everybody, we did hit 1,000 followers, so I appreciate each and every one of you. We will have an update tomorrow about that, but now we just need to stay focused on our severe thunderstorm warnings, other strong storms that are moving into the area near the Defiance area, the Pacific. So we'll get the Pacific camera because this storm is discrete. Now, if these storms can remain by themselves and tap into the energy that is available, we will have to start monitoring that, seeing if there's any potential tornado potential with that. We do have a tornado risk. It is very low, but my concern is more of a damaging wind threat. I'm more concerned about damaging winds past 60 miles per hour. So past 60 miles per hour in the wind department. So we're going to just have this east of, we'll just put it right at 109 here. Everything good? Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing the chat. Let's see why the chat is not popping up. I think what we're going to do, yeah, okay. Let me see. But it doesn't refresh, so I'll just keep it up on my phone. So Jody says, hi from Wentzville on top floor of an apartment. Well, so far, Jody, right now we're not seeing any tornado threat. There's hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, so you will be just fine. John says, congrats. Oh, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. John also says, canceling us going to get cheese curds tonight. Well, we may have a slight delay because the main line of storms is way out here. We're really not expecting that until about 8 p.m., but we did mention around 3 p.m. we could get some showers and thunderstorms to pop up that could go severe, and that is exactly what happened. So our forecast is still holding right around 3 p.m. It's 3:22 here, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning that's going right over the Wentzville area towards the Ethelyn and the Fountain Lakes and eventually near the Winfield. And that's 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. That is with that storm. Now, we're still not seeing any rotation with that. Mainly wind and some hail just northwest of the downtown Wentzville area. So right near where the 61, let's see if we can get any streets here. So 61 Walnut Grove Drive and Town Park over near the Wentzville area is where we're watching for the heaviest part of the storm with the large hail. Okay, let me see if we got that. So, Brittany says, been watching the storms in Iowa and Minnesota. They are going absolutely hammered with tornadoes left and right. So sad and scary. Oh, yeah. You can see way up here, everybody. Look how many tornado warnings are up here. Tornado outbreak up here, by the way. I would almost call it tornado outbreak up to the north. Luckily, we are not experiencing that because we do not want that. But hopefully everybody is okay up there. Having storm anxiety is for sure the worst. Oh, yes. But we're here to make sure, take you great care of you. So don't worry. We're going to be here all night long. So any warnings that come through, we're going to be here as long as we are needed throughout the night to make sure you guys are okay and give you the most accurate and reliable updates that are happening with this severe weather event. So if you know anybody that is looking for live local coverage, because we only cover small areas so we can make sure we pay lots of attention, make sure to share the live stream with them and let them know that we are providing all night coverage as needed through this severe weather event. The main part of the severe weather was supposed to be in the evening time, but we did have this slight chance of storms forming in the afternoon time here. So let's take a look at this storm here. Right near the Moscow Mills, like I said, it's mostly wind. We're not seeing any rotation with this. So we're not seeing any rotation with this, which is great news. So great news, we are not seeing any rotation with these storms. And I wonder with the cloud cover today, I wonder if that is what's playing a part here. So we'll get on 70. Kay is wondering anything going on in Jefferson County. We do have a storm just trying to form near the Arnold area, so that will be something to watch. But if it does form, it looks like it's collapsing as we look at it, so nothing to worry about there at the moment. So Jefferson County area is fine. Watching the Chesterfield area is going right over the radar site, so it's hard to see because the radar shoots up like this. So if it's at the radar site, it can't just point down and see what it's looking at. So, but at least what we're seeing here, this could probably get another warning on this. We could probably get a warning for the Weldon Springs, Cotterville, and the St. Peters area. So it's going right over the radar site. I assume the National Weather Service is looking at this. So I assume the National Weather Service is looking at this because it's right there. So let's see if we can get a camera. Yeah, look at the bottom left-hand side. That is that storm that's going right over that area right now. So that is going right over by the St. Louis Spirit Airport, over to Weldon Springs, right over the radar site. So we could possibly see a warning on this, because at least on radar, it's looking pretty strong. Moscow Mills is also, and look at that, everybody. I called it. I called the warning. I called the warning right here. I told you, severe thunderstorm warning. I knew we were going to get one. It's very strong right now. So, new severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is going to be for the Ellisville, O'Fallon, St. Anne, Blackjack, Florissant, Hazelwood, all in the path of the storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. That is possible. So, we did call this out very early. We saw this happening. It was growing in strength here. So, now we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. So 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Is a little bit early for the 5 o'clock traffic, but we need to make sure we're sharing out this live stream so people on the way home are aware of what's happening. Mom says I'm in O'Fallon trying to get home. I would hurry up a little bit before this quarter-size hail storm tries to. I would take 70 right now. I would take 70 and go around the 270. So that's where I would be going right now. Remember also, if you have any pictures or videos of these storms, make sure you do it safely and send it into the Facebook page. I'd love to see your pictures of what you're seeing and if you're seeing any hail. So let's try to get the 364. So we're going to go in the bottom spot. So the middle, let's see. No, we'll go to the far right side. We're going to try to get something on 364. See if we can get 364. I don't think I have 364 loaded. Is that what it is? Hold on real quick, everybody, while I do find the 364. I don't think we have it. I think I forgot to put those on there, everybody. Yeah, I think I forgot to put 364 on the camera, so we'll put it at 70. We'll put it at 70. I don't want to waste too much time with the cameras. So we'll just put that right there. Yeah, so we'll just put on 70 right now. And I think that's looking towards the storm. So that is a good view right there. So like I said, if you're just tuning in, we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. One just got issued for the St. Charles area, Maryland Heights, St. Anne, Hazelwood, O'Fallon, Dardenne Prairie. Lots of people in this warning. 610,000 people off the latest data, and we just got a tornado watch. We also just mentioned not too long ago that a tornado watch was coming for the area, and it includes everybody until the Potosi area. So everyone until the Potosi area, and this tornado watch goes till 11 p.m. 11 p.m. we have a tornado watch now. Tornado watch just got issued here. You can see it flashing up on the screen when we play the radar. Tornado watch has just got issued for all of our area, except if you're down near the Rolla, Steelville, Potosi, St. Genevieve, and near the Sparta area. But everyone else is in a tornado watch until 11 p.m. 11 p.m. we are now in a tornado watch. So tornado watch has just got issued. And look at the storm there. On the bottom right hand corner of your screen there. Let's take that camera live here. And you can see we pulled up the live camera. This is looking from Fifi into the storm. Look at the sun behind it. Very cool shot of the rain coming down there. Coming right towards the Maryland Heights area. And towards this camera. And maybe just a little bit towards the airport. So, but right now, a lot of things happening right now. We have a tornado watch in effect till 11 p.m. We have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. It is getting pretty busy right now, everybody. Let's check back on our northern storm near the Ethelyn and Chain of Rocks. Still showing a hail core here. So, hail core and some gusty winds. So, gusty winds up to 70 miles per hour. So, good thing is we're not seeing any tornado possible attacks. No tornado possible attacks right now, so that is great news. We do have some other storms trying to form down below. We'll have to monitor these to see how that goes. But we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings and now a tornado watch for the area. Yes, 364 is probably not the best area to be at right now. 364 and 64 are probably the areas not to be. And you can see at the bottom part of our screen here, you can see traffic is slowing down quite possibly because there's probably hail falling down on the highway right now. So it looks like they are continuing the severe thunderstorm warning. This goes until 4 p.m. So they're continuing the severe thunderstorm warning. I think it's going to continue as well. But you can see, one thing I want to tell you guys is, you see how these storms, let me get out of the way here. You see how the storms here are very close together? That is reducing our tornado threat. So if the storms were discrete and by themselves, we could possibly have a tornado warning and almost be busy as all these other warnings up here. So they did just update the warning. They canceled Warren County, and they're going to continue Calhoun, Illinois, and Lincoln and St. Charles County till 4 p.m. So they have condensed this warning up here, but still 60 mile per hour winds has been observed now. Emergency management, new report here, everyone. Emergency management report, power poles snapped in Moscow Mills. So power poles have been snapped in the Moscow Mills area. 60 mile per hour winds has been observed. So if you're in the Winfield area, Old Monroe, all the way near Batchtown, on the Illinois side, I would make sure you're staying inside away from windows. Because we just had a report from emergency management of power lines that were snapped in the Moscow Mill area. Okay, so thunderstorm damage coming from Flint Hill. Power poles have been snapped. So power poles have been snapped on the storm. So we need to watch the Batchtown. I do, if this storm continues, probably see an extension on this. So we'll probably see an extension on this warning. So let's make sure we're sharing the live stream, especially if you know anybody in the Jersey County area near the Hardin, Ellsbury, near the Rosedale, Pierre Marquette Park. We need to make sure we're watching out for that. Thank you, Donnie, for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And like I said, if you have any pictures or videos, make sure you do it safely. Huge hail core right at the Chesterfield Valley. If you're in the Chesterfield Valley, please do not do this. Please do not do this. Hey, everyone. If you're watching my live stream and you're parked underneath the overpass, this is extremely dangerous. If you're underneath, you're currently blocking traffic, causing a hazard. And you can see the hail on the screen. You should not be underneath the highway, stopped on the highway. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Not only you can't see in the weather, but now we have cars stopped on the highway. That is what we do not want that. Please do not stop in the middle of the highway underneath a overpass. That is extremely dangerous. Very dangerous. Please do not do that at all. That is not very good. You can see the storm coming through on our camera here at the 70 camera. We're going to have a very good visual. That is a very good visual of that storm right now. So you can see, look at that. You can see the storm, this right like this, right in there. You can see the storm. So you can see the storm right there is moving right toward this camera. So we'll have to monitor that. Kevin says, I'm retired and happy and safe. That is great. Hey, Dad, send it on the Facebook page. I can't share it through my computer. Georgie says, thank you for helping us in Winsfield through that round with much less anxiety. You're very welcome. I'm glad I can help you out. But we have to make sure we're still monitoring the page because we have a tornado watch for 7 more hours that just got introduced until 11 p.m. So, probability of 2 or more tornadoes are low, 40%. Very low for a strong tornado. 80% chance that we're going to see a probability of 10 or more severe weather events. So they are also saying we're just going to issue it just in case. Remember the last time that happened. So they're just issuing just in case. But personally, in my opinion, I think we would have been better off with the severe thunderstorm watch. Hey, everyone, I think we would have been okay with the severe thunderstorm watch. So we're going to watch the cameras here, because it's going to get very close to the 141 area. So I think we will watch this area right about here, because that's that South Shore. Yeah, that will go. Yeah, okay. We'll just put the camera right there, so we're ready. But you can see huge hail core going through the Bonholm Island, Jacobs Green Bottom Road, in the Jacobs area, headed towards the Harvester. So you really want to be inside, away from windows. Still radar indicated here, and it's moving to the northeast at 40 miles per hour. And let's put a storm track on this. Let's put a storm track on this. So let's put a storm track on this to the northeast, 40 miles per hour. And of course it bugs out. Let's see if we can get some towns in here. Let's zoom in. Not really seeing towns, but St. Charles, you are looking at, let's see what we're looking at 351. So we have a little bit here. It's moving very slow, which is why it's dropping a lot of hail in one particular area. Stephanie says, right, Georgie, we got this. Hey, I appreciate that. That's a very nice comment. Yeah, if we're going to be here as long as we're needed. We're going to be here as long as we're needed for these storms. And remember, we have a tornado watch that goes until 11 p.m. So just because we had these storms, and we did get the extension warning, like I just mentioned not too long ago. But what I was saying is we still have a tornado watch. So just because these storms are moving through, we still have all of this to get through. So we still have all these storms out west. They're going to move with the cold front. So we still have a lot more time to go. So new severe thunderstorm warning, just like we expected, towards the Carrollton, Hardin, Campbellsville, Whitehall, Hillview. So that is going to be for 60 mile per hour winds. Radar indicated with that. So new severe thunderstorm warning until 4:45. So if you know anybody near Campbellsville, Hardin, Hamburg, Hillview, Pearl, and the Illinois side. Make sure you share them live stream. Let them know 60-mile-per-hour winds with history of damage coming their way. So let's check it back on this St. Louis County storm here. This St. Louis County storm is going a little bit crazy. The St. Louis County storm is going a little bit crazy. Georgie says, will this storm affect the outcome of storms later this evening? It could. It could affect the outcome, but we'll just have to see how it plays out, because not everybody is seeing storms, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. So I'm unsure at the moment, but we can check that in a little bit. Also watching this storm down here near the Prater and the Catawissa Pacific area. See how it has like a small hook, like a small shape. We'll have to monitor that. So if you're in the near the Six Flags area, in the Wildwood area, I will watch that just in case it goes a little bit crazy. Just watch that just in case it goes a little bit crazy. Not seeing really anything crazy. We're very close to the radar site. It's very hard to see the velocities and the radar right now. Seeing lightning in Creve Coeur Park. Yes, lightning and thunder. We also got a picture coming in from my dad over here. It looks like 364 moments ago. This was on 364. So very heavy rain here, reduced visibility. Make sure we're taking it slow on the evening commute. So once we go into the evening commute, we need to make sure we're watching that. But the heaviest storm right now is in the St. Charles and near the Winfield area. So that's the two areas that we are currently watching right now. So if you know anybody in the Harvester area, especially around the 364 from Pittman Hill Road to the 94 364 interchange, if you know anybody along that area, make sure you let them know that hail is coming their way. Hail is coming their way. Appreciate the lightning reports. Not seeing any rotation at the current moment, but like I said, we are very, very close to the radar site. So we're going to have to get our camera near the West Clay area. So, okay, we just got a report in Chesterfield. Quarter-size hail has been reported. So this storm has had hail with this. So like I said, over the Harvester area and along 364 from 94 all the way to Pittman Road, that is where we're seeing the hail core right now. Headed up to the St. Peter's area, the Mugi area as well. So the National Weather Service has trimmed the warning, but they're going to keep the warning going till 4:15. So they have trimmed the warning, but they're going to keep the warning. Estimate for Lynn, right now we're not seeing anything for the Lynn area. So let's expect around like 8 p.m. for some storms. But you are in the tornado watch. But right now, everything is okay around that area. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy right now, but we'll have to watch because it is in a tornado watch. So conditions are favorable, but not a tornado warning. So still watching huge hail core. Let's see if I can get the camera pulled up. I don't have it down below, but I'm going to see if I can get it pulled up here. See if we can get a camera right here at the 364 area. So I'm going to find a quick camera here. But right now, none of these are tornado possible. Here is a good camera at Central School Road. Let's look at Central School Road, everybody. Here is the camera. So let me take this out of the way. You can see the hail falling and huge raindrops right now. Traffic is slowing down. People are pulling off to the side of the road right now. And please do not park underneath the overpass. Okay? Please do not park underneath the overpass. You're going to cause problems. Look at that truck that's had to swerve around because cars are stopping on 364. That is not good. Please do not park on the highway. You can see now traffic is now stopped. Traffic is slowly stopping because people are stopping for the hail. Just pull off to the side of the highway, not on the highway. You can see, look at all these people. This is not good. So they did just update the warning. This has gone observed for 60 mile per hour winds. This has gone observed for 60 miles per hour winds. So train spotters reported hail and 60 mile per hour winds with this storm. So anywhere along 70 between 370 and near the DePaul Hospital, you need to watch out. Elijah, it's moving east. So all these are moving northeast from the area. But the line is moving northeast and it's going to eventually scoot out of the way. Another severe thunderstorm warning, a little bit out of our coverage area, but east of Louisiana, headed towards the Pittsfield area. So that is for 60 mile per hour winds and 1-inch size hail. But the main storm is right on top of 364, right at Page. 364 and Page right now. Let's see if we can get a camera right here. 364 and Page. And 364 and 94. Let's see if we can pull up a camera. Yeah, not really seeing any good visuals, but we're going to switch. Give us 1 second. We're going to switch the cameras around to get a little bit further down on 70 here. But good news, everybody. We are not seeing any tornado possible tags at the moment. We're just seeing hail and damaging winds just like we mainly expect. So far, so good. So they're going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch size hail and 60 mile per hour winds for St. Charles County and the Lincoln County, going into the Illinois side. So doesn't look like we have good cameras, but we'll put this right there. And in slot number 2, we're going to change the camera to. We're going to put it a little bit north. That should be right there. Yeah, okay, we'll keep this camera here at the bottom. So you're seeing the flash because the warning is updating. But like I said, huge hail core. This right along the river, going towards the Hollywood Casino. Huge hail core right now. Huge hail core right at the Hollywood Casino. Headed towards the Hollywood Casino. Park your cars in the parking garage. We're going to see it probably go right over this. Right at this camera. Look at the bottom right hand corner. So bottom right hand corner, make sure we're watching. So huge amount of hail coming through, and it's already has been reported quarter-sized hail and back in the Chesterfield area. These storms behind it currently not looking severe right now. Tornado warning just got up to headed towards the Kirksville area. But the main storm, the Brussels storm and the Foley storm, not looking too crazy right now. Heavy wind over the Brussels area. Looks like right at 60 mile per hour winds headed towards the Pure Marquette area. So that is the heaviest. But this storm has my focus right going down South Main Street. Right along the river here. Right along the river is where we're watching. And we're going to move this a little bit. We're going to go on the other side of the river here. So it's going right across 70 right now. Right at the river, right at Maristar, Earth City, 141. Right there. That is where the hail is at the moment. I'm happy that it missed my area. I'm glad it missed my apartment area. So let's see. See if there's any good cameras here. Not really a good amount of cameras, but I'm trying to look for us here. All the cameras are pointing the opposite way, or we'll have very good visual. So it's going right across 70 right now. So 60 mile per hour winds and 1 inch size hail is going across 70. Just checking a couple things right here. Let me open this. Okay, let's take a look. Alrighties. Okay, looking good so far on the reports. Not really seeing too many reports at the moment. Let me just check something. Alrighty. So it's going right across 70 right now at the Holiday Inn down near the Earth City area. Here's the newest radar update. Right along West Clay all the way down 70 near DePaul Hospital. St. Charles, Elm Point. If you're on the Waffle House by 370, it's coming towards you too. Lindenwood University, we are seeing some hail with this. And it's starting to fan out a little bit, so hopefully it's getting a little bit weak. So let's see any new warnings. They're continuing the severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, that is good. Have to watch the storm on the backside. Head towards the Chesterfield area. We'll have to see what this does here. National Weather Service is currently not monitoring that at the moment. Let's check up here. Make sure we're not missing our folks up near the Brussels and Rosedale area. So far, looking good. There's very strong winds. Very strong winds on all that. Very strong winds right now. Yes, once we get the warnings taken care of, we will go over what to expect this evening. So, we will go over live what to expect this evening. But tell me where you guys are tuning in from. Love to hear where you guys are watching from and tuning in from. How's your guys' afternoon going? Is work going okay? And do you guys like spring so far? We have been very busy with spring, with the severe weather. Do you guys like severe weather? Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. If you like severe weather and how's your day going. Love to hear about it. Alrighty, let's take a look. No new information coming from the National Weather Service, which is good. Very loud thunder over here, but currently we are not seeing anything crazy here at the studios, but we're watching the backside. But all of St. Charles, Waffle House, you can continue eating your pancakes and your scrambled eggs at the Waffle House. This hail, no tornado. So if you're at the Waffle House, continue eating. Just make sure you're okay. Just make sure you're inside. I know there's lots of windows at the Waffle House. Lots of warnings here, but just lots of wind. And that's kind of what we expected here. We're not really expecting too much of a tornado threat. We do have this storm out near the Mexico area. Currently for 60 mile per hour winds. So that is something we're monitoring. But the main area of concern is we're watching near the St. Charles area. St. Charles area is where we're monitoring. And it looks like that radar site went down. So it looks like we just had the main National Weather Service radar. Tasha said, just got off work, heading home now. No, I don't enjoy it. I have bad storm anxiety. Yes, I do not enjoy severe weather at all. But we will always be here to make sure you guys are safe and aware of what's going on. And we'll make sure we always answer your questions. So, Yes, you are fine towards the Wood River. If you're going home towards Wood River or anywhere in eastern Illinois, you will be okay. Sandy says, going good here near Potosi. You guys are not in a tornado watch, so that is very good news, but we'll monitor that just in case, but the Storm Prediction Center is not worried about you guys right now. And Sandy also says, almost spooky like the calm before the storm. Yes, it is. To me, like when we have severe weather and you can just feel it about to happen, it just feels like you're waiting at the doctor's office, waiting for your name to be called, and you're just like past your appointment, and you're just anytime now. So that's how I think of it. This storm near the Wildwood area, we were initially watching this, not really concerned at the moment. This storm near the Harvester area going over 364, right on page between 141 and 94, they may keep the severe thunderstorm warning for that. Not sure if they will, but we'll have to monitor. Not seeing any rotation on that, and it's going right near the radar site, hard to tell. But Newtown, 60-mile-per-hour winds, Boschertown, Orchard Farm, we have to watch out. You guys are up next, if you guys haven't had it already with the latest radar update. Moving towards the northeast. So right near the White Corn, crossing the river on the Great River Road near Grafton and Godfrey. The storm near the Pierre Marquette State Park still has 60-mile-per-hour winds. Nothing too crazy there. Jeanette says the heavy rain has calmed down here in Earth City. Yes, it has passed you guys for now, but you guys have another storm here. You have another storm that's coming back up, so we have to watch that. You might just get a little bit of a break, but there's another storm coming back through. New report that's coming into the Weather Center from the Troy area. 6-inch diameter tree limb down. 6-inch in diameter tree is down. So reports of trees down coming from the Troy area. And in the report, I was told that it was a healthy tree. So a healthy tree has came down. So very strong winds, 60-mile-per-hour winds were probably likely around the Troy area. And if you have any damage or any reports, make sure you send them on the Facebook page through Messenger or any of our posts that are convenient for you, or in the chat. We'll make sure we relay it to the National Weather Service so we can make sure we have proper warning on these storms. So if you have any videos or pictures, just let us know. Yeah, starting to get a little bit concerned about this storm that's coming right behind over the same areas. Starting to get a little bit concerned. It has been starting to grow a little bit. So they may keep the severe thunderstorm warning for that. So once again, if you're near Arena Parkway 364, along 364 and 141, headed towards 70 again, you're going to be in another path of the storm, and also the Earth City. Hail core is starting to weaken around Newtown and Boschertown. That may be a sign of it starting to weaken. So that is very good news. But it looks like we still have a little bit of gusty winds out there. But the hail threat looks like it's starting to limit there. And if you're just tuning in, if you haven't heard already, we do have a tornado watch in effect till 11 p.m. Tornado watch in effect until 11 p.m. So we still have more to go here. More to go. So we're going to make sure we post that tornado watch here in just a second. I'm going to post the tornado watch, and let's make sure we share that out, because a lot of people just think this is it, but we still have a whole night to go. Some early detection up near the Clarksville, Pleasant Hill area. Some rotation. High confidence, 76% seeing rotation with that storm up there. It's on the backside. Rotation. Let's check the velocities. This is a little bit out of our area, but the Pleasant Hill and up near the Martinsburg. I will watch out for that. But luckily right now we are not seeing any rotation locally around our area. Storm near Carrollton and Jerseyville looks like it's falling apart. Marty Francis says, I have always liked thunderstorms, but since moving to the Midwest, I have seen enough damage to respect it a little bit more. Yes. Some people like the rain and thunderstorms. I don't like the severe weather. I don't like the severe weather, especially when there's damage. I do not like that. Let's see if we can get the watch. Hey, Kanan, if you're watching if you can hear me, go to the Storm Prediction Center page, and you should see the tornado watch. Just go ahead and post that. It won't let me pull up on my side, so it might pull up on yours. Yeah, so I am starting to watch this storm down here. Another round of rain coming towards the Earth City, especially near the St. River Road, 5th Street, the Marcus Cinema, and Town Suites. So make sure we're watching out for that area. No, so let's go SPC. Hold on, everybody. We're getting a warning figured out here. The watch is not posting. So it's gonna be under here. So it should. So it looks like Twitter may be down. Yeah. Okay. So Twitter is down right now. It's what we use to post our warnings. So that is why we are not seeing any warnings at the moment. But still watching this, I think they're keeping the severe thunderstorm warning for the St. Charles storm. It's starting to grow again. Starting to grow again here. Or next, check on Facebook. So check on Facebook. So I'm going to pull up the cameras again because once again I do not have the 364 area right around this area. So let's put it right over. Oh my goodness, everybody. Let's take this camera live. Kanan, give me the 94 364 camera. Okay, she is pulling up that camera, everybody. Here we go. She just alerted me. Look at the 94 at 364. Heavy winds. This is the storm that we're just talking about. Look how strong the winds are. And we can see the hail going on the screen. I know it's not a video. It's a live stream, everybody. But look at this. Look at this right now. You guys see this? There we go. Okay, it's okay. So, very strong winds just came over the 94 at 364 area. Did you guys see that? Also, we just got a report in Flint Hills, St. Charles County. Emergency management reports power poles are snapped with lots of wires down on Highway 61. So, Kanan has just reported to me that from the Flint Hill area, that power poles have been snapped with lots of wires down along 61. So we're receiving lots of storm damage coming through from these storms. But wow, that was crazy. That was crazy, everybody. Let's go to 70 and 94. Let's go to 70 and 94. Once again, Kanan is doing a very good job getting our cameras ready. So she is doing a fantastic job. She is our director of operations. She is running all the behind the scenes for us to make sure everything's good. And look at this camera. She is going again, everybody. She is going crazy with the cameras. It's finding us great views. The camera is frozen, but there is the storm. Look at that storm on the right side of the screen at 70, looking at the Fifi area. Look at the structure on the side of that. That is a classic thunderstorm right there. I'm just going to hype Kanan up. She's doing a very good job on the cameras. Very good job. Very good job. Look at this view. This is that storm that we see going towards the St. Charles area. We are looking at the 94 camera. We're going to switch that momentarily. We just have to get it switched. We just have to get it switched real quick. So we just have to switch it real quick. I'm going to override that. We're going to go to 70 at 94 because, yeah, look at the hail falling. See the hail and the wind falling here? Look at the hail and the wind falling. Right over 70 at 94. Let's back up a little bit here. Look at that. Camera has gone. You can't even see it. You can't even see the camera. Look at this. The hail is right over the camera. The storm is right over this. The storm is right over this. Right over this camera. Look at this. Whiteout conditions. Whiteout conditions. Right now. So if you're ever near the Lindenwood University again and the track and field area, you need to be away from windows. Very strong right now. Very strong right now. Just passing over the area. You can see, look at this here at the 70 west of the river. Heavy rain and hail. Heavy rain and hail. But you can see the camera is basically non-existent. She is looking at the 94 camera. Okay, she has the 94 camera pulled up. Let's go live on the 94 camera. This is 94 at West Clay, everybody. It's a little bit laggy, she says, but it's working okay. So you can see it's going right over this right now. We don't have radar on this, but the storm is going right over this area. This is almost right near the Lindenwood University. Yes, Lindenwood University is unfortunately getting another hailstorm. It's going right over the same areas. So we still have the severe thunderstorm warning in place here. Severe thunderstorm warning is in place. And you can see back at our other camera, still raining pretty heavily, but it is passing over 70 now. So next spots over here is going to be headed towards the 370 area. So we're going to get the 370. She's going to work on the 370 area. So let's go back to radar while she works on the 370. She's going to get the 370s pulled up in one of the boxes down there. Doing a very good job. So right by the Waffle House again. Right by the Waffle House again. If you haven't paid your tab, I will get more food at the Waffle House near 370. 370, everybody. 370 at the Waffle House. Look at that. Look at that, everybody. Okay, so it's not coming down below. It's not going down below. Here we go. It's crossing 370, everybody. Look at this camera right at 370 east of the river. Looking towards the west. It's going right over this camera right now. Great visuals on this storm. Great visuals on this storm. And you can see the radar with this one here. So this is going right over the camera. This is looking towards the river. But it's going right near the Windsor Estates, Blanchette Park, the Waffle House. It's going over around those areas. Okay, they're posting. Yeah, you can post that. That one right there. She's doing a very good job, everyone. So look at it. The camera is nearly non-existent right here. Go, since it's loading, go to the National Weather Service St. Louis and see if it works. Look at that. The camera just got taken over by the heavy rain and potential hail as it's going right over the camera, everybody. It's going right over the camera. You can't even see the cars on the highway. That is crazy. We got another report of more trees down in the Moscow Mills area. Moscow Mills area. More trees down. So let me just check a couple things. Getting a message here. There we go. So it's right there. Look at that. Very heavy rain coming there. Very heavy rain. Luckily, no tornadoes are possible with this. Severe thunderstorm warning is out of the area, but it's near the Carrollton, up near the Whitehall area. But we're focusing on the St. Charles storm. St. Charles and the Elm Point, Newtown, Boshertown, all the way up 94. All the way up 94, same areas here. Look at this. See, you can see how heavy it was raining. The camera is now lighting up a little bit. What a crazy storm there. Very crazy. Very crazy. That was a very intense storm right there. So hopefully everyone is okay. Hopefully everyone's cars are okay. But you can see we went to whiteout conditions. Yeah. Whiteout conditions. And now the camera has returned. So traffic is resuming comfortably. Make sure you take it slow if you're on 370 right now. It's going right over to the Waffle House. So let's get back to radar so you guys can take a closer look. Strongest area is right near the Boshertown, just north of the Waffle House and the Discovery Elementary School. Hopefully they have not let out class yet, because this is not a good time. So hopefully at the Discovery Elementary School they have not let out class. Hopefully they have not let out class. So we did post a tornado watch. If you're just tuning in, if you haven't heard already, tornado watch is in effect everywhere except around the Potosi, Steelville, Cuba, and St. James area until 11 p.m. So 11 p.m. This is just the pre-show. This is just the appetizer. We still have more to go. And looking at the latest data, hopefully these storms that we have had so far are working out. Okay, so they are keeping a severe thunderstorm warning for this storm. The other storm has died. They have continued the severe thunderstorm warning. So radar indicates 60 mile per hour winds for this until 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. the severe thunderstorm warning goes. Right now, good news, there is nothing behind it. There's no storms behind it right now. Up near Carrollton, we have to watch. It does look like some rotation near the Whitehall area. So the main focus right now is basically out of the large populated areas. It's over Newtown, Boshertown. Slowly moving to the northeast. We're almost done. Hey everyone, we're almost done with these storms. For now. Lots of trees being reported. Luckily, we have not had any rotation, no tornado warnings with these at all. But crazy storms. But we do still have a tornado watch until 11 p.m. A couple tornadoes possible. Scatter hail up tennis ball and 75 mile per hour will be likely. So the storm is still holding by the cul-de-sac, headed towards the Black Walnut, White Corn. Looks like it's going to miss miss Orchard Farm just slightly. But if you're on the east side of Orchard Farm, it's probably not going to miss you. Portage de Sioux, up through the East Newborn, Lock Haven, places like those will be in the path of the storm. So starting to leave the Missouri area. All the storms, this is the last one in the Missouri area. If you're watching anywhere in this area, here, let me draw it. We don't have any cameras up in this area. Anywhere in here. Anywhere in here. And south. So anywhere in here, south, you guys are good right now. We are not watching you guys at the moment. But we do have a tornado watch till 11 p.m. But if you are in anywhere around those areas, then you guys are good for right now. Not good for the night. You guys are good for right now. Just had a hail report, a delayed hail report about 8 minutes ago. I am being told that we are seeing reports of hail of quarter-size. So quarter-size hail in the St. Charles area was reported, and we did see that on the camera. So that was great. I'm going to have to watch that back later. Tasha says, are the storms going to hit tonight? Storms are still expected to hit tonight. Are they going to be bad, or are they going to weaken? They are supposedly going to be weakening, and I think with these earlier storms, I think it's going to help us out. So I still expect damaging winds and hail. So I don't think the severe threat is all the way over. Like I said, we still have the tornado watch, and we have to watch to see if we have any sun. So I'm not ruling out that we won't see severe weather. It is possible. But we did mention earlier today on our Facebook page that we are watching storms around 3 o'clock, and it did perform exactly how we thought. So luckily, everybody was okay. A little bit of hail, some tree damage, but as of right now, there was no tornado warnings. So if you're wondering about if we're still going to have storms, we're still going to have storms, but the severity is still, I think there's still a chance. Now, do I think it's going to be bad? No. So we're going to wait till this warning fully goes off. And I think we'll wait because, before we head off, we'll show you the future radar so you can get an idea what the timing is. And I think we might take a break for now. Because if you are watching, everybody, we did run right into the house, straight into my office, and start live streaming. So whenever we do end the live stream, watch like the first couple of minutes. Looks like I ran a marathon. I was catching my breath. Sounds like I was talking to you on the phone. So still over Orchard Farm or near Hazelwood. It's moving at 35 miles per hour. And it's still 60 mile per hour wind. So over near the Godfrey area, all of our places in Illinois, Jerseyville, Brighton, all are still in the path of the storm. So we don't really have any cameras. And for the couple people that are here, we are slowly, don't want to get too excited, we're slowly going to start having our own weather camera network. So we'll have our own weather cameras around the area, so we have tons of visuals on the storm. So you can see the storm near the Mexico area. That did not last long. So you can see the main severe window is out towards the west. All of this has to move towards the east. So you can see how busy it is. Lots of warnings. But as it gets towards later, we'll lose daytime heating. We'll lose the daytime heating, but the atmosphere will still be strong enough to support a couple thunderstorms. So that's why we do have the tornado watch in place till 11 p.m. Checking on the storm near the White Corn area, the Black Walnut area, and the Wilkie. Still seeing a hail threat with this. So still seeing a hail threat with this, and some gusty winds that are possible. So this is the only warning that we have, and not seeing anything trying to form on the backside. So that is great news. And also, if you guys are tuned in, we did call out these warnings again. I appreciate all the comments about the tornado warning, how we are the first one to be on air for the tornado warning. So I do appreciate all those nice comments. I did read those. So Winfield, this is a delayed report, but it was at 3:35. But tree damage, 4 to 6 inch and 12-inch limbs are down in the Winfield area. So lots of reports of damage are coming from this area. Right in this area. Right here. Lots of damage reports. So this storm that still has a severe thunderstorm warning till I believe 5 o'clock. Yeah, until 5 o'clock. Still has 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail with this. We don't have any visuals on it, unfortunately. No visuals. But it's getting ready to cross the river. But lots of damage, lots of hail reports are starting to come in after the storm. And if you have any pictures or videos, make sure you send them to the Facebook page. We'll love to see them. But do you think the tornado watch will get shifted towards the south, near Steelville area? It's quite possible. We'll just have to see how the storms handle around the Springfield area. Right now, we're not concerned about it, but no. Let's see. Okay, more hail reports. Lots of hail reports coming from the St. Charles area. And we did see that on the live stream. We did have that on the camera. So we did see all the hail that was coming through. So we'll keep tabs on this. Okay, Pittsfield just recorded it. It's up here. Pittsfield, if you don't know where it is. Pittsfield right here just recorded a 61-mile-per-hour wind report. So that was at the airport, Pittsfield Airport. It's like a little small airport. Little baby storm forming near the Newtown area, but not currently concerned about that. So they did condense the warning. It's getting ready to cross the other side of the river, which is good. Other side of the river into the Illinois side near Godfrey. So we're watching out for that. So most of our area is great. For now, we do still have the tornado watch till 11 p.m. So make sure we're not forgetting that. So I'm logging in to something real quick. We're going to show you the future radar here in just a second. What to expect for the rest of the evening. And when we do that, we have to find the one that actually shows storms right now. So then we can get the accurate most data to you. So stand by just a little bit. We will get the future radar to show you what to expect coming up. So we'll let you know what to expect. But you can see one thing that we'll have to watch is, unfortunately, you can see with the storms, we'll have to see how it plays out. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. Look at this. Look at the area here. We're having some sunshine coming out from these storms after we just had these storms. We have a little bit of sunshine. So we'll have to see how that plays out. So, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings, lots of tornado warnings, and this line of storms here. But this is what it looks right outside our studio here. This is in the Creve Coeur area. Some of you may know where this is. But this is what it looks like right outside the studio. So if I look back like this, as I'm looking right out there. So I'm right next to the door. Let's go back to the radar. Make sure we're not forgetting anybody. Let's check the new radar scan. Not seeing any updates. Not seeing any rotation. So that is great. So they're continuing the severe thunderstorm warning till 5 p.m. for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch size hail. So they are going to continue that. So National Weather Service is very busy. Had a very early start. And there may be more on the way. Radar is definitely getting the work out today. Or at these past few days, we should say. So the severe thunderstorm warning is almost out of the Missouri area, crossing the river towards the Godfrey area. Godfrey, the Brighton area, places like those. Along 67 there. Right where it changes to 255. Or it goes to 255. I thought the low cloud cover today was going to be a problem, but it looks like we have storms able to break the cap. New report, power poles down in the New Mali area. New Mali area, we have power poles down. Let's check the power outages here. Because that is not good. That is not good that we have power outages, because we do have more severe weather on the way. Also, Ameren sent us the electric bill, so that is nice to see on their homepage. Okay, I'm just had to get the electric bill price out of the shot here. Okay, let's go to power outages. So we'll bring it into view. Here are the power outages, and so far in Missouri, 1,700 people are out of power right now. So 1,700 people are out of power right now. Let's see, Chesterfield area looks like 12 people. Near the St. Charles area, we have 46 people without power. So around the St. Charles area, 46 without power. Let's go near Moscow Mills. Moscow Mills has must have a lot of damage in Moscow Mills. If you know anybody in Moscow Mills, please check on them. Currently, 573 people are without power. That might be almost a big chunk of the town in the Moscow Mills. Lots of power outages over in that area where we're seeing lots of damage reports. Flint Hill, we're seeing 172 customers. Near the town park area, 498. So we need to make sure, if you know anybody, make sure you share them the Facebook page, because they're not going to have any TV access. They're going to need a way on their phones to get warnings and live data. So make sure you share the Facebook page with them so they're aware that there could be more storms coming. So make sure, if you have any pictures or so, make sure you post it on the Facebook page, and we appreciate that. Another update coming from the New Mali area. It looks like a public report. Trees and a transformer down on the road. Tree and the transformer down on the road. So lots of damage coming from that area. Hopefully they are okay, but it sounds like it's mainly wind damage. Manny says, will St. Louis be fine? St. Louis, at the current moment, is fine as of right now, but we do have a tornado watch till 11 p.m. I do expect to see some showers and thunderstorms and some isolated severe weather later this evening. So I do not think we are fine now, but we have to still monitor later. We still have to monitor later. If I was you, we still have to monitor later. Just check in, seeing if we have any pictures or videos coming from that area. Does not look like we see any coming from that area. So, National Weather Service did issue a mesoscale discussion before they issued the watch, and I wanted to show you, the people asking, it says, developing thunderstorms may pose a risk for all severe hazards this afternoon and evening. So, there you go. So, these were ahead of the line, so it was a little bit more severe. A little bit more severe, but we can still see. Look how strong this is out here. Still plenty of warnings. So looks like near the Winsfield area we have more trees down. This is a tree down on a power line in the Winsfield area. So trees down. Let's take a look while we have a moment here. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, we have lots of reports coming. Lots of reports coming in. A lot of hail reports. So let's see if we can get this. We should be able to. We're going over to future radar, everybody. Future radar. What to expect this evening. So let me make sure we have chat pulled up, so I can answer any questions. Okay, so here we go, everyone. We do have the future radar pulling up another hail report. We have more power lines down. The Numali area and the Moscow Mills do not look like it's going okay over there. If you know anybody over in that area, make sure you check on them, please. So this was the future radar. Let's get the most up to date. So this is the most up to date future radar that we have. Let's see if we can try to get this. We're going to try to put the time up here. We're going to put the time. Okay, let's see if we can get the time up here. Okay, time is about to be available right there. Okay. So you can see the storms around 3 p.m. and the 4 p.m. You can see they're basically done around the area. Then we'll have a break. Then it looks like we'll have a break. And then it looks like the showers and thunderstorms will start to enter the area around 9 p.m. Around 8, 9 p.m. we'll probably have to watch again here. You can see at the top part of the screen. And it does look like a line. Harvester has tree damage as well. Lots of tree damage. And you can see here, it's still in the line. So we have to watch out for a quick spin up tornado. But look as it gets towards the area. See how this falls apart here? And it's just mostly light rain. So we'll have to monitor that. But you can see as it weakens right on the other side of Columbia, we'll just have to monitor that. But it looks mainly like a wind threat. Wind and some hail will be possible. So that is the future radar right there. And then it looks like it moves out by 9 a.m. And we have a nice and dry Saturday, Sunday. Nice and dry Saturday, Sunday. So the storm is going right over the river road right now. Over the Lock Haven area, the Fairmount, headed towards Godfrey. So they canceled St. Louis out of this. So no longer in effect. No longer in effect. You have lots of tree damage coming all over this area. Here, I'll draw you where we're seeing lots of this so you can get an idea. Lots of reports coming in from this area. Lots of reports from this area. Let me lock it. There we go. Yeah, lots of reports coming from this area. So if you know anybody in this area, make sure you check on them. Lots of tree branches down. Law enforcement is reporting tree branches down, power lines on the road. So lots of damage over there. Lots and lots of damage. When this warning expires, we'll take a break here. And we'll monitor the storms once this warning expires soon. Well, this is in effect for 41,000 people. Crazy amount. But this area, know anybody in this area, make sure you check on them. Make sure they're okay. They might not have power, but just make sure their homes are okay. Lots of tree damage. Lots of tree damage coming around from the area. And the official high temperature at the St. Louis Lambert Airport so far is 86 degrees. 86 degrees was the high temperature. So around after 7, 8 p.m. is where we have to start monitoring. I'll stay in the studio and take care of that for you. So just keep checking back. Yeah. Because models are just now picking up on storms that were forming early in front of the line. This is starting to weaken here. It's starting to fan out a little bit. So it's a little bit wide. So it looks like the storm is about to weaken. Yeah, it looks like the NAM model has not jumped on board with what's happening. The newest NAM model run. So a lot of nowcasting is happening. So it looks like the models are not handling this very well. I'm going to check to see if we have any reports. that we are able to show. Let's see, checking reports. But lots of tree damage. I assume there's probably some pictures that are going around. Yeah, not seeing any pictures on the Twitter page. So we'll check the Facebook page while we're watching the storm right here. Going straight to the Brighton area. So everyone in Missouri is fine, and most of Illinois, except if you're in the Brighton, very northern part of our coverage area. So very northern part of our coverage area. Yeah, lots of stuff going on there in western Missouri. I'm seeing all the reports coming in out from the west. Crazy times out there. Great group of folks who cover out there that are based out of the Springfield area. Look at this, multiple confirmed tornadoes out here. So let's hope that weakens. Let's hope these storms that we had limit the severe threat. So if you're just tuned in, you can still see the radar here. Let's get you on full screen. See how these lines, look at the winds. Look at the southerly winds still gushing. We still have warm air. See these lines on the radar here? We still have lots of warm air being pulled in from the south. So, lots of warm air. That's why we have the lines there. That's the radar picking up on the southerly winds coming from the area. Alrighty. Thunderstorm warning has been canceled. Thunderstorm warning has been canceled, everybody. So great news, everyone. All the severe weather for right now has been canceled. We have to watch the storms later and make sure they are going to be not severe. So let me just clean this off a little bit. So severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for this Jerseyville storms. We did say it was weakening. Let's go back to this. Let's hit this and go back here. Okay. So severe thunderstorm warning has now been canceled. We're not worried about any storms at the moment. We have to pay attention to the storms out to our west. We have to pay attention to storms out to our west. So I'm just going to check a couple things, but I think we'll go bye for now because there's really not much to talk about. But we still have a tornado watch till 11 p.m. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to wrap up the live stream. We're going to be on standby mode. All of our team is still going to be available and ready until 11 p.m. So there's still more live coverage that is available to happen. But the severe weather is quiet for now. We have to see how it plays out in a few hours. So we have at least, according to the models, so we'll at least have at least 4 hours. I know I'm saying at least a lot. But we have about 4 hours, mainly only like 3 hours until we have to start monitoring that line. So I'll make an update video that you guys can watch in just a little bit. And then we'll hop back on live if needed for any severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings or anything that looks concerning a potential this evening. So we're going to drop down to standby mode. We'll make a video update to explain what's happening. And then we'll be back on live if needed. Stay tuned to the Team Kenny Weather Facebook page. We'll continue to keep you advised all through the night as long as conditions warn and the tornado watch is in place. So we're going to step aside now. Tornado watch till 11 p.m. And we'll see you. Hopefully we don't have to jump on live. That means there's no severe weather. But we'll have a video update in just a little bit.